Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Open Mic Night, live at the ZoomBarDC. We've got a great show for you tonight. We've got Bill Sherman, Scott Kaplowitz, Joseph Stegner, Tom Mann, Gantt Kushner, Megan Ukoh, and Dave Sherman. So sit back, relax, put on your dancing shoes, and enjoy the show. And Scott is going to kick us off. Take it away, Scott.
I will. Thank you. I have an original and a cover. I'm going to start with the original. This is called Someday. Someday, my friend, we both will grow into oak trees. Standing tall and stretching our arms in the cool breeze. Planting seeds and hoping for rain, waiting for spring to come back again. And should our leaves fall and chains to darken through it all, I will shade and shelter you. There's a burning in my bones, 'cause you are steady as a stone. So if someday comes too soon, I will shade and shelter you. Someday, my love, we both will cross over unknown seas. With storms above, we'll be tossed about on the ocean breeze. You'll keep watching and I'll man the wheel. We'll go by the stars and we'll trust what we feel. And should our boat sink to the bottom of the blue, through it all, I will sail on with you. There's a burn in my bones, but you are steady as a stone. So if someday comes too soon, I will sail on with you. I will sail on with you. I will sail on with you.
Magnificent. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, who just joined us? I heard the telltale ding. It's Art. Hi, Art. Okay, second song, as I mentioned in my sound check, I learned that my piano has built-in drum backbeat function, so I'm trying it. This is a cover of a song called Come Back, Little Star by a guy named Patterson Hood, and this is literally the only song I know by him. But I like it, and I hope you do too. Those long black lashes, laser tongue sharp and draw, pouring out like molasses.
silver mercury to show us all what you've seen. You always had a drink in your hand, but your liver ain't what it used to be. I'm not really mad. I mean, I'm trying hard to understand. We both had these dreams too long to let them slip through our hands. I've got a drink or two myself to control this thing. But this town got blown to tatters when you trade in your wheels for wings. But baby, don't go. Come back, little star, take me with you in the night. Exploding in the sky, casting shadows in the light. Baby, don't go, take me with you. All these journeys and plans we can share. Or will the dreams we made together leave me lying alone here? Lying lonely here, broken shutters flapping in the rain. Wind's crying, lonesome breeze, oak trees snapping from the string. I just wanna stay in that better time and place, chasing bugs in your graveyard before you disappeared into time and space. Baby, don't go. Come back, little star, take me with you tonight. Watching everyone we know moving slow together as the dreams take flight. So don't go, take me with you. We could chase down the sunrise and disappear. Make some wishes drawn together. And I could wish to have you here. 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 So baby, don't go. Come back, little star. Oh, baby, don't go. Come back, little star. Come back, little star.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna let someone else go first. That was excellent. The drums were great.
Awesome.
Dru-
Thank
Drums
you.
are such a nice touch. No one else is chiming in, so I'll just really, that was really nice. And having that rhythm to be able to dance while you were playing, oh, that was great. So that was wonderful. Thanks.
And if you guys get the chance to check out the original song, Come Back Little Star by Patterson Hood with one T in the first name, there's some great harmonies on it. I don't have two voices, so.
You gotta
All right,
work
did
on
great.
that. You gotta
I
work on
think
that.
you have many voices, Scott. I've heard you do like 8.
I don't have two
Not all at
throats.
once.
I'm cultivating another one in my secret basement lab, but don't tell anyone. And
Oh.
for the NSA agent listening to this, you heard nothing. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Scott. Dave, you want to go next?
Sure. Well, I have to say, I'm really,
tongue.
What was that, Tom?
Talking about two voices or more. As a publicist, I learned to talk with a forked tongue. It's two truths at the same time that conflict with each other. It's an acquired skill.
Oh, I don't know. There are many politicians that have developed that skill.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm really glad to be back. All this moving has definitely been hectic, but it sure is, it's really great to be here in Stanton. The people are so warm and friendly. Marie, how'd your move go?
Good. I mean, yeah, and I love my new place, but there's like a million loose ends from one place to the next place. It's just like this endless.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
Endless.
And Bill's moving soon, right?
Yep.
Well, anyway.
Can't be too soon.
Yeah, you'll love your new place, I'm sure.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not going to do anything out of the ordinary because I still haven't found my words, so I'm just going to kind of go with what I know and hope I even remember that. But start out with some Jimmy Reed. If you leave me, baby, say you won't be back. That would be the end of me, 'cause I would have a heart attack. You better get some insurance on me, baby. Take out some insurance on me, baby. If you ever say goodbye, I'm gonna haul right off and die. Darling, how I love you, long as I have breath. If part, I know, sweetheart, that it would worry me to death. You better get some insurance on me, baby. Take out some insurance on me, baby. If you ever say goodbye, I'm gonna haul right off and die. Get no sick accident, 'cause I'm as healthy as can be. But if you got any sense, you better take a hint and get a pen life on me. You don't know me, baby, like I know myself. I couldn't live if you should give all your love to someone else. You better get some insurance on me, baby. Take out some insurance on me, baby. But if you ever say goodbye, you're gonna haul right off and die.
Good to have you back. Good to have you back, brother.
Thank you. I tell you, this is such a nice place. I have met all my neighbors. I've already been invited to 2 parties. It's a nice town.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I guess I'm gonna do some well, not really Rai Cooter, Taj Mahal. I said she caught the Katy and left me a mule to ride. She caught the Katy and left me a mule to ride. Well, my baby caught the Katy, left me a mule to ride. She's been gone and I swung home behind. Crazy about that hard-headed woman of mine. my baby's long. Great God Almighty, my baby, she's tall. My baby's long. Great God Almighty, she's tall. My baby's long and my baby, she's tall. Sleeping and feet in the kitchen and standing in the hall. And said, still crazy about that hard-headed woman of mine. She's so fine, she's so fine. I wish she'd come to see me sometime. Don't believe I love her. Look at the fool I've been. Don't believe I'm thinking. Look at the hole I'm in. Baby, she's long, baby, she's fine. Wish she'd come to see me all the time. Don't believe I love her. Look at the fool I've been. Don't believe I'm sinking. Look at the hole I'm in. She caught the Katy and she left me mule to ride. She caught the Katy and she left me a mule to ride. Well, my baby, she's long. My baby, she's tall. Sleeps with her feet out in the kitchen and a spit in the hall. I said, still crazy about that hard-headed woman of mine.
Excellent. So good to have you back.
That was very good. I have a quick question. What town are you living in now that you're so pleased with?
Stanton, Virginia.
What?
Stanton, Virginia.
Okay, and I had a follow-up. You mentioned Ry Cooder and Taj Mahal. They were in a group together called the Rising Suns.
That's right.
Did you ever hear that or hear that? Or is that song from that album? Where did that song come from?
I don't remember. It's I heard Taj Mahal do it years ago. I don't
Well,
remember.
it was a great version. So congrats.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Tom Mann, do you want to go next?
Sure. So in my checkered career as a man of letters, I could say that I've written every format except obituaries. And then 3 years ago, I had to write an obituary for my wife. So now I think I can call myself a full spectrum writer, from the tech manual on the F-16 fighter jet to whatever. Anyway, one of my writing experiences was I used to ghostwrite a nationally syndicated medical advice column for the New York Times back in 1974. And I did it under the byline of Dr. Michael Halberstam. And Michael was an internist in DC. You may be familiar with his brother, David, who was an award-winning writer for the New York Times as well, and wrote a number of books. So anyway, the way it would work is that Michael would come up with some topics. He would suggest them to me. And then I was living in Minneapolis. I would go to the biomedical library at the University of Minnesota and research the subject and write 750 words.
Can't. There we go.
And the first topic I wrote was he wanted me to suggest that every one of his readers should take an aspirin a day. I felt, you know, I don't know much about writing medical, but do you really want to tell everybody to do some regimen? So we compromised on that, and we wrote something that is used in every goddamn medical ad today. Ask your doctor if an aspirin a day would be right for you. Anyway, I figured, well, how do you get 750 words out of taking aspirin a day? So I started researching the history of aspirin, and it was fascinating. You know, the active ingredient is found in the bark of willow trees. And you wonder what drove someone to such pain that he was chewing the bark of a willow tree and found that it gave him relief from a headache or from menstrual cramps. But thousands of years ago, that happened. And it wasn't until the 19th century that a company found a way to package these in an easy to take measured dosage. There was a chemical firm in Germany called Bayer. And to this day, Bayer aspirin is the gold standard of aspirin. Anyway, I wrote the column, it ran, and that was just one of the fascinating things that I discovered about medicine. For instance, there's a plant called the foxglove, and if you chew on that, if your heart is arrhythmic, it will stabilize your heart. And today it's a medication called digoxin. And there's so many meds that were found in nature that there's a whole farm. I mean, there's thousands of medicines that came out of people's trial and error. And you wonder how much trial and error it took to find out these things and how many bad cases were there before somebody found out that drinking the venom of a snake has a deleterious effect on your digestive tract. Anyway, where was I going with this? I had a story here to tell.
Medicine, the 1974 article that you printed and you came up with a catchphrase they still use today.
Yes. Well, I mean, I doubt
that helps.
Okay. Yeah, what I was going to
Willow
say.
tree and.
Yeah, I was going on to a new chapter, so I had to stop. Memory is going to hell. The Biomed Library, if you've ever been to one, was just an astonishing. This was 1974. And so all the millions of pages, there were stacks that seemed to recede back to infinity. Millions and millions of pages in textbooks and monographs and peer review journals, all of them dedicated to describing this, 170-pound dollop of protoplasm we carry around with us. It just seems amazing that there could be that much information. And all of that has been rewritten and revised 2 or 3 times in the past 50 years. And it was just awesome to me to see how much there is to the field of medicine, because to me, it had always just been a well boy checkup. Anyway, after getting used to that library and finding my way around, I went up to the head librarian one day and I said, I have a question. Now, this is a very impressive place, and I appreciate you giving me library privileges because I'm not a med student, but I just wonder, where are the books that describe why life is worth living? I mean, this all supposes that life is worth treating and preserving, but where are the books that explore that? She got really indignant. And she said, you impertinent little, where do you get off asking a question? I said, well, it seems like a logical question. We're going to all this effort. What is it for a purpose? I mean, is life something we should maintain? And I mean, I just gobstopped her, and she didn't know what to say after she quit stuttering. She said, we can revoke your library privileges. That was the weapon she had over me. And finally she said, okay, I understand what you're looking for. You're looking for philosophy. Well, we don't do that here in the Biomed Library, but the University of Minnesota has a very fine College of Liberal Arts on the other side of the Mississippi River. So why don't you go over there? And that was like saying walk across Siberia. To cross the uncovered bridge over the Mississippi in the middle of winter with those gales blowing out of Alberta and North Dakota really put your health at risk. So I didn't want to do that. So I just slunked off to the stacks and proceeded to do the research I was doing. Well, I mention that now because the question of what is the value of life, what's the value of somebody's life, is becoming a real issue in the COVID pandemic. Because when we were a country of abundance, everybody you could show up at an ER and you'd be taken care of. We're not doing that anymore with too many people for too few ventilators. Medicine is having to deal with issues it never did before. Which life do we save? And so in my ignorant way, I was raising a question that is slamming the medical industry now. How do we decide who gets a respirator and who doesn't? And not only that, but for instance, every bed in the ICU here in Palm Desert has a COVID victim. If I had another heart attack here, they'd have to airlift me to Los Angeles, which would be very time consuming. So these questions have become very much a here and now question. And I wasn't thinking that deeply when I proposed the question, but it shows what there sometimes is a real benefit to out of the box thinking, even when the establishment, like the librarian, says you're going someplace you shouldn't go. A footnote to all of this. Dr. Michael Halberstam died in one of the most extraordinary murders ever in Washington, D.C. back in 1975. So with his murder, the health column sort of folded up and I had to get a real job. Maybe you've heard of this. It's a myth now. He and his wife came home late one night to find their home being burgled. And they came in and surprised the burglar, who then fired 2 shots into Michael's chest. And the burglar got away. Well, Michael had enough life left in him that he got in the car to get himself to the ER. And on the way to the emergency room, he saw the burglar. So he zoomed his car into the burglar, ran him over and killed him, and then got to the closest hospital and died on the operating table. And when the authorities went to the burglar's place, they found that they had solved every robbery, every domestic robbery for the past year. This guy had burgled 100 homes or something like that. And there was so much booty, they had to take it to the armory in DC and display it and invite everybody who'd reported a burglary to come and claim their stuff. So that was a pretty interesting side note to the story. The other thing was, Michael was, I think he felt in a way that he was competing with his brother David, who had already won a Pulitzer Prize for his book about the Vietnam War, The Brightest and the Best. And I was sad to see that when Michael died, the newspaper in Minneapolis had the headline, "Writer's Brother Murdered." He still couldn't get out from under his brother's name. Anyway, that's my story of Michael Halberstam and my one brief shining moment in the national press. Thank you.
Great story, Tom. Great story.
Well, I think it's a great story and very impressive that a distinguished medical person had you ghostwrite his articles.
Well, it was all in the wrist action.
And did you ever find an answer to where are the books about why life is worth living? Any books that you ever read that actually might have addressed that issue?
Well, philosophy books address it, have come up with all different answers. But the healthcare industry is only now beginning to deal with questions like that. I mean, it was always we're mechanics. When I was the surgeon was Gantt. You never questioned the doctor's authority.
Well, in this country, the life expectancy has gone down Oh, I have an echo. Sorry. Anyway, healthcare in this country is treated differently than other countries. There are lots of different answers.
Right, exactly. But at the time in the 70s, that wasn't first on concerns.
Well, thanks for a great story. And I don't know why I'm echoing. So I'll just pick somebody else.
If everybody could mute themselves except for one person, the echo will probably go away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. It went away now that I'm the only one talking. Okay, well, thanks everybody. Oh yeah, so on the healthcare front, yeah, healthcare in this country is a disaster. In so many ways, I could spend hours talking about it. And if anybody, yeah, and I've done a lot of research on how it's a disaster. But anyway, back to the music. Back to our what, Tom?
I just want to say that the guys who were medical students back then are now senior staff at hospitals. They're the ones that are directing medical care now. And they're coming at these questions of life and death. And they have nothing in their educational background that prepares them for having to make the decisions now based on the education they were getting back in the 70s. So it's a difficult issue.
Yeah, if only they could reallocate money from the people that run the pharma companies and run the insurance companies and run the hospitals to the actual care of medical people and get rid of all those jobs which have nothing to do with doctors or patients. If the money went to doctors and patients, everything would be so much better, but
well, you know, Marie, there was a time when hospitals were not allowed to make a profit. And I don't remember exactly when, it might have been under Ronald Reagan where that changed. And the whole healthcare industry started changing and the insurance companies and everything was just all about money, and that's all it's about. Life has nothing to do with it anymore. It's a very sad thing. So you have to, if you're sick and you're in a hospital, you better have a good patient advocate. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, my book, Mental Health Inc. deals directly with for-profit medicine. So that's my plug.
Thanks, Art. Okay, Bill Sherman, do you want to go next?
Sure, thank you. It's been a rough day, gang. A rough day. That's all I gotta tell you.
Yes, it has.
So let's see here. Let's see. So, first a Smokey Robinson tune. Yeah, it has. First a Smokey Robinson tune. You really got a hold on me. Well, I don't like you, but I love you. Seems that I'm always thinking of you. Whoa, 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 you do me wrong now. My love is strong now. You really got a hold on me. You really got a hold on me, baby. Well, I don't want you, but I need you. I don't want to kiss you, but I need to. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You treat me badly, I love you madly. You really got a hold on me. You really got a hold on me, baby, yeah. Well, I love you, and all I want you to do is just hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me, yeah. Whoa, totally wrong chord, hold me. Tighter, tighter, yeah. Tighter. I wanna leave here, don't wanna stay here. don't want to spend another day here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I want to quit now. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I want to quit now, but I can't quit now. You really got a hold on me. You really got a hold on me, baby, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I love you and all I want you to do is just hold me, squeeze me, please me, tease me, hold me, tighter, tighter. Tighter, tighter. Oh, I'm in such bad shape tonight. That's okay. That's okay.
So great. So great.
Let's see now.
Better, I messed up like 7 different chords during my second song. So the only reason you didn't notice is because no one knows the second song I played.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm easy. It's been a rough day.
Don't worry, let it out through the music, however the music happens.
Well, I got the blues, 'cause I got you. Well, I got the blues, 'cause I got you. I don't know what to do, 'cause I got you. Well, I'm myself, and you just yell. So I stopped talking, but you're still yelling. It seems the best I can do is get away from you. Well, sometimes you're nice, but not nice enough. Maybe once or twice, and then you get rough. Seems the best I can do is get away from you. I gotta get away fast. You're no good for me, I figured out at last. If it's good for me, it's no good for you. So get out of here, then I'll stop singing these blues. 'Cause I got you. Well, I got the blues, yeah. 'Cause I got you. I don't know what to do. 'Cause I got you. Well, sometimes I'm wrong, and sometimes I'm right. But that don't mean we gotta fight all night. Get away from me, and I'll be rid of you. If you get rid of me, then I'll be rid of you. If you get rid of me, baby, then I'll be rid of you. Then I won't have no more of these getting rid of you blues. Then I won't have no more of these getting rid of you blues. Then I won't have no more of these getting rid of you blues.
Nice.
That was very good. I'm asking is I didn't hear all of it because I'm driving. Was that an original or a cover?
No, that's an original.
It's
That's
a very
great.
good original.
It's
You
great.
should it's really good. And you also, I like the way you take some tropes of earlier rock and blues and kind of twist them around, you know, like it was Zombies or somebody had a song called I Got You or whatever. The point is, it was great. It was a really fun, excellent, smart song and really well done.
Thank you, Art. I appreciate that.
In particular, I'm done talking, but you're still.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I really liked the line. I'm done talking, but you're still yelling.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's just gleaned from experience. That's all I can say.
I muted everybody because there was another echo. So,
Well, it might
but anyway, so, okay.
because he's in his car.
Maybe that has something to do with
Yeah,
it.
I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Bill. Okay. So, Megan, do you want to go next?
Sure. It's like pick me. Okay. Alrighty. Let me know if you yeah, can't hear it. I'm gonna do one song on guitar and one song with the track that I've been working on. The first one is one I've done before, and yeah, it's like not a well-known artist, but one I enjoy doing. And one of those songs you know, if I mess up, you wouldn't know because you probably know the song either. There you go. It's just another day, another episode of hiding under the world. It's just another ray of merciful hope. I don't expect any more. I'm already insane. I'm already in pain. I'm already insane. And if this time you don't rescue me, I won't blame you at all. I know that I've gone into deep for you to risk the fall. I'm already insane. I'm already in pain. I'm already insane. I am dust blown away over the edge. I am dust blown away over the edge. I am dust over the edge. I am dust blown away over the edge. Never thought that I would be the one with the win in hand. So you see, it's no below to my sophistication. If I've gone crazy again, I'm already insane. I'm already in pain. I'm already insane. I am dust blown away over the edge. I am dust blown away over the edge. I am dust over the edge. I am dust blown away
Very,
Hey, Megan.
Oh,
Hey,
that was
Megan,
very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
do
Did
you have
you
a
say
phase
that was,
shifter on that guitar?
that was
I think it
original?
might, yeah. Oh, no, it's a
Nice.
cover. But yeah, I think I
Okay.
forgot to turn that fade. Yeah, turn it.
Is that
Okay,
a
but you had a
cover?
phase,
Sorry.
but you had a phase shifter on that guitar, right?
Yeah.
I really like the way it came out sounding.
Yeah, must have hit the, yeah. All right, it worked.
You
What's
glow
that
like
song
a
called?
star too. There's something about your smile, really. You glow like a star. So just keep practicing, and good things will happen.
Thank you.
Megan, what is that song called and who's it by?
Dust by Van Hunt. Van Hunt. Yeah.
I didn't hear that at all. Can you say it again?
Oh, Dust is the name of the song by Van Hunt.
Van Hart?
Hunt like Hunt.
Okay.
you're gonna do another one?
Oh yeah, sorry. It's a track that I have. I was working on this. I have like a workshop class thing that I do with a vocal teacher, and I work on this song, and I wanted like just do it, present it, because
Great.
I did a track on my computer. It's a combination of Stevie Wonder's "Bird of Beauty" and John Mayer's "Art of Life." So it's like a mashup. So there you go. Let me know if you can't hear the instrumental. Can you hear that? I hate to see you cry, lying there in that position. There's things you need to hear, so turn off all your tears and listen. Oh yeah. Pain throws your heart to the ground. When love turns the whole thing around. It all won't go the way that it should, but I know the heart of life is good. You know it's nothing new, bad news never had good timing. Then the circle of your friends will defend the silver lining. Pain throws your heart to the ground, but love turns the whole thing around. No, it all won't go the way that it should, but I know the heart of life is good. If you look, if you see, it's true for you and me. In the end, we'll find what we need through this fight. We'll have all that's good in this life. Oh, yeah. Still
That was
working.
cool. That was cool.
Now,
That was cool.
did you do the guitar part and then record the guitar part?
Yeah, and then I try to make it like I don't really know how to play keyboard, so
Yeah, cool.
should work. All right, thank you.
That's
That
beautiful.
was quite beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks, Megan. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Joseph.
Yes, thank you. This next piece I'm going to do was written at the request of an Uber passenger I had one night. The year that I had this valve installed in my brain or in my skull, my first job back into the workforce was driving for Uber for 5 months. Awesome experience. but it was always about poetry. The world was in turmoil. I Can't Breathe was echoing constantly, and those words carry weight with me because they haunt the very call that changed my life to become a poet and leave the ambulance as a paramedic, to find the words to help people not hurt each other. Well, she was doing a fundraiser for an event, 1 Billion Rising, for mothers across the world, for women across the world. And it was for Casa de la Madres in San Francisco and the Tenderloin Youth Center. So I wrote this and ended up performing it at the F8 in San Francisco. It's 6 minutes and 42 seconds long. So if you're wondering what the heck, I got a lot to say. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Dawn, the Era of Respect for Women. I was just a child when I witnessed my first abuse, when my stepdad, who cut trees for a living, put his strength to violent use. I remember on my 9th birthday, there on the kitchen floor, lay my unconscious mother in a pool of blood, broken nose, front teeth, no more. A year later, when I was 10, I ran to a watching neighbor for help, crying, "Help, help, Daddy's beating up Mommy," as we could hear her in resistance yelp. My dad was dunking her head underwater while grasping her by her hair. The reaction my neighbor gave is one my own soul would never dare. He watched with his arms folded and said, "I don't want to get involved." It is never by such apathy that our social ills are solved. Alcohol's biggest transgression is how it disables ability to listen, as the one who imagines what leads them to anger has no clue what truth they are missing. Where in our human history did it become acceptable to curse our source? There is no excuse except our illness to not bless women with our force. Not a single man alive today, except what research may have done, can say that from a woman they were not born to be a son. The arrogance of masculinity that wants to oppress for own control is afflicted with an illness of ignorance in the soul. I was infected while married and cannot claim some special place, but there are times we must grow up and discover our disgrace. Though I never raised my hand to her, my love was simply not complete because I did not respect her true enough to be sure that eye to eye is where we'd meet. The absence of forgiveness is an arrow to the heart of the future, but every soul has the right to be free from fear of wounds that require a suture, even the subtle invisible ones that are masked by reasons that force control, restricting what you can do or where you can afford to go. Though love is the most important thing in life, we are taught of it the least, and sometimes cannot recognize when we manifest the beast. Because I witnessed such violence in youth, I thought as a husband I was none but a prince. But in my banishment from a woman's touch, there is much that I've learned since. And I see how hard it must have been to be married to a man like me, who thought I was so smart, unaware of how much I didn't see. Every time she said I didn't listen, I thought her vision was incorrect, not realizing that I rarely saw what she meant, and my own blindness I didn't detect. Listening is more than hearing keywords, than recalling our own past. I was like a horrible search engine with responses irrelevant, however fast. Listening should be like a sail in the wind with the opening of our heart. Oh, shoot. Hello. Listening is more, oh, wait. Listening should be like a sail in the wind with the opening of the heart, sensitive to the invisible pushes of what the speaker tries to impart. Instead, men struggle with selfish lust and want to cover God's female form, insisting that oppression of her expression is life's accepted norm. Blaming women since the Garden of Eden for the will of our own hearts, it is time to snap out of adolescence and become accountable for our own arts. If we want the cosmos to welcome us as deserving of its light, we must mature to respect where we're from, lovingly defending all women with our might. Else, why should such stupidity be allowed to spread to other stars, when, to love the women by whom life lives, we refuse to go that far. 1 billion rising is long overdue, as women have long proven their living love true. Culture creator shouts praise to our mothers and summons an era of respect that is new. But we must also look at the roots of anger and identify what drives people mad, like corrupting one's good intentions and describing their will as bad. Or a world that measures worth by ability to purchase or pay, and being unrealistic or insensitive to results of fining one's peanuts away. The restrictions on employment, forced idle despite our decay by those grown drunken with privilege who refuse to think another way, who artificially cripple the able by removing their ability to drive, as if ever wounding the healthy enables a body or family to thrive. The system that drinks from the poor and siphons away our strength by penalizing poverty with fees that increase its length must be acknowledged as contributing factors to violence in the home, as one cannot swipe another's labor, then pretend mad's origin unknown. If 1 billion are to rise up to ensure a woman's due respect, we must acknowledge what's ill to her offspring creates disease we should detect. Instead of placing band-aids and pointing fingers with poisoned words, we must be wise and understand what motivates the things we've heard. Poor listening is epidemic. I was 33 when I learned my disease, and it's hard to make someone listen when they already think that he or she sees. This epidemic knows no gender, economic class, or group to be immune from its existence for keeping ignorance in its loop. It is up to us to be the light, like we are doing here tonight, to say that violence to women and children, however traditional, is never right. I have trouble calling God a he, because from women we all are born, even if the story says that once from a man, a woman was torn. Since then, it's always been mothers who have cradled us in the womb, who have nurtured, protected, and loved us from our conception till their tomb. For the lives of mothers around the globe, by whom we all exist, there is a reason the logo for this event has a heart that's clenched in a fist. Across every continent and across every border, through every language and cultural past, the love of mothers has been universal. Let the era of not loving her back be past. I wrote that February 25th, 2015. That's when I posted it. You can get that online. You can just type in "Dawn the Era of Respect for Women," my name, and you'll find it.
Yay, Joseph, that was awesome.
Thanks. Sorry about all the background noise. That's why sometimes I got to mute because I got stuff going on, and I live 4 miles from an airport. So,
Oh,
thanks everyone.
Thanks, Joseph.
thank you, Jeff.
Okay, it's time for Gantt and the closer.
Oy vey. Okay.
Oy vey is mere.
Oy vey is mere. I just throw these up in there and pick whichever one lands, huh? In my never-ending quest to find different ways to play the same songs, here's an old war horse, one of my favorite Chuck Berry songs. Everybody hear me? Am I balanced? Is it? Long distance information, give me Memphis, Tennessee. Help me find the party, try to get in touch with me. She did not leave her number, I know who placed the call. My uncle took the message and he wrote it on the wall. Yeah, help me information, get in touch with my Marie. She's the only one who called me here from Memphis, Tennessee. Her home is on the south side, high upon a ridge, just a half mile from that Mississippi bridge. So help me information, more than that I cannot add. Only that I miss her and all the fun we had. Marie and I were torn apart because her mom did not agree. Tore apart our happy home in Memphis, Tennessee. Last time I saw Marie, she was waving me goodbye. Hurry home drops on her cheeks trickled from her eye. Marie is only 6 years old. Information, please. Try and put me through to her in Memphis, Tennessee.
Great as usual.
Guess that's the
was
way Mississippi John Hurt might have done it.
And I have to say, Gantt, I miss our sessions.
Yeah.
They were a lot of fun.
Well, we'll figure it out again. one
Yeah.
day.
Before you all leave, please tell us where you're playing live over the next week or so.
So here is a tune that Eric Clapton recorded. It was done. Who wrote Living on Tulsa Time? Somebody here knew. Anyway, Living on Tulsa Time. I'm going to try to do it different.
I think that was Cindy Kane did it once.
It was not Don West. Don, somebody named Don. Anyway, but Clapton did it, and he didn't do it the way I'm about to do it. There's probably a good reason for that. Well, no, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Well, I left Oklahoma, riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was going to Arizona, maybe on to California. People all live so fine. My baby says I'm crazy, my mama says I'm lazy, but I'm going to show them all this time. Cause you know there ain't no fooling, I don't need no more damn schooling. Born to walk the line, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Well, you know that I've been through it, I set my watch back to it, living on Tulsa time. Well, there I was in Hollywood, wishing I was doing good. I'm talking on the telephone line. They don't need me in the movies, don't nobody sing my songs. Guess I'm just wasting my time. So then I started thinking, man, I'm really thinking, gonna show them all this time. I had no business leaving, and nobody would be grieving, and I living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know that I've been through it. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. I'm gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know that I've been through it. Living
that was terrific.
I love listening to you, Gantt.
It's written by someone named Don Williams, who I never heard of
Don
until
Williams,
tonight.
that's right. No, he was a pretty big country singer at one point. Wrote a lot of good songs.
That was awesome. Thank you, Gantt. I've never heard that before. Well, that's our show, everybody. Thank you all so much for another great open mic night live at the ZoomBarDC.
Thanks for hosting it,
Good to see
Marie-Louise.
everybody.
Yep,
Good
thank
to
you.
see you, Dave.
Thank you
Everyone
all.
here is like so talented. I love hearing all of you guys every week.
Thank you. Likewise. It really is
Thank you,
cool.
Joseph.
I enjoy that. Yeah. All of you. It's so
And
cool.
Marie-Louise, thank you for keeping this up and hosting and
Yes.
giving us a little anchor of sanity to hold on to in the vast ocean that's the pandemic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always got
Thank
your
you all.
vibrant colors and getting up and dance, and really
Yeah.
it makes the whole show what it is. And you picked a great group, and I love hearing all of you. So this is great.
Thank you, everybody.
you.
It's
Love
Tuesdays.
you
night.
all. And
Oh,
Kitty, you got a kitty there.
Oh, Cheetah.
Yeah.
Dangle.
Wendell. We never hear from you, Wendell,
When is he going to sing one?
but you're always there.
There he is.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all, everybody.
Thank you all.
Well, love you
Thanks
all,
for-
and
Love you all
see
too.
you all next week.
Good week.
Love you
That's great.
guys. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Phil. Thanks,
Bye.
Sophie. Thanks,
a great
Matt.
week, everyone.
Thanks, Megan.
Yes, right.
Night.
Take,
Thanks,
Bye, Mary.
Scott. Thanks,
Bye,
Dave.
Mary.
Thanks,
Wendell.
be well. Enjoy your
Thanks,
move.
Tom. Thank you. Thanks,
Well,
Marcia. Thanks, Wendell. Thanks, Art. Thanks, Natalie.
Bye.
Bye.
Pink.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.